Hello everyone, Dr. Luqman here with Excited Cats, hoping this video finds you excited, and welcome back to our YouTube channel where we'll be discussing another interesting cat topic for you. As always, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave us a like, and leave us a comment. And now, let's get into it. So today's topic is, can cats eat dog food? Now, this is a predicament that some dog owners may find themselves in. For example, if you're someone who has pet dogs and pet cats, you may occasionally find that your cat likes to steal your dog's food. Or if you're a dog owner who happens to come upon a lost kitten and you rescue the kitten, it's the middle of the night, you don't know what to do, the kitten seems really hungry and famished, and all you have is dog food, and you might be wondering, can this cat eat dog food, and would the cat be okay? So the long and short is that dog food is not toxic for cats, and it is considered safe. Therefore, cats can eat dog food. However, it is not recommended for cats as a long-term food option. So let's look at this topic in a little bit more detail. First, let's analyze these two animals. Cats, as we all know, are obligate carnivores. Now, this means that cats need animal protein in their diet, and their protein and fat requirements are actually really high. Now, comparatively, dogs are what are known as facultative carnivores, which means that dogs do thrive on a meat-based diet. However, they can digest some plant matter and carbohydrates at a better capacity than cats can. And in the wild, if dogs ever go through periods where they can't catch prey or where prey are really scarce, they can sustain themselves on vegetation for a short period of time. However, please keep in mind that dogs are not omnivores and they should not be kept on a vegetarian or vegan diet. And in experiments, when given the choice, dogs always prefer meats over plant-based diets. So now you know that dog food isn't necessarily toxic for cats. But why should you not give your cat dog food on a long-term basis? Well, there are several reasons, and now we'll dive into each one of these reasons. The first reason is something we touched on just a while ago, which is that cats are obligate carnivores. As such, they have a higher demand of protein in their diet. Most veterinarians will actually recommend cats' diet having at least 45 to 50% protein. And in fact, cats have no problem dealing with diets that are in fact much higher in protein and fat as well. And unfortunately, most commercial dog food diets do not have this much protein simply because dogs do not require that much protein in their diet. So what this means is, if you keep your cat on a dog food diet on a long-term basis, they will not be getting enough protein in their diet. What they might be getting are fillers and carbohydrates, which will unfortunately lead to an obese cat. Now, speaking of protein, cats actually have more essential amino acid requirements than dogs do. Now, this means cats need more amino acids from their diet than dogs, because an essential amino acid is an amino acid that the body cannot make naturally. Of key importance here is the amino acid taurine, which cats cannot make but is absolutely essential for them. Now, because this is not an essential amino acid for dogs, it might be deficient in dog food. So if a cat is eating dog food for long periods of time, they may end up being taurine deficient. And when a cat is taurine deficient, they come down with a plethora of health issues, issues with their eyes, issues with their gait, issues even with their heart. It's just a really bad consequence that should be avoided by cat owners all over the world. So this is one of the main reasons why your cat should not be given dog food. Another ingredient that might not be in dog food but is needed by cats is niacin. Now, actually in dogs, niacin is derived from tryptophan, which is an essential amino acid for both dogs and cats. Unfortunately, cats cannot convert tryptophan to niacin the way dogs do. Therefore, cats need niacin in their diet. So your dog food might not have enough niacin for your cat. Finally, we have to talk about arachidonic acid. Now, this is an essential omega-6 fatty acid for cats, which again, their bodies cannot synthesize. Dog bodies are able to make this omega-6 fatty acid themselves, but your cat cannot do so. Therefore, you might find this in cat food, but there's no guarantee that you'll find this in dog food. So by now, we have figured out that on a long-term basis, cats cannot be given dog food for their diet. However, you might be wondering if the inverse is true. Can dogs be given cat food as a diet replacer? Again, the answer is more or less the same. So if you find your dog occasionally eating cat food or, getting into cat food kibble and stuff, An occasional meal here or there might not be a big issue. Your dog might end up with some digestive distress, as will your cat if they occasionally get into dog food, but it's not actually toxic for dogs. And the reason cat food is not recommended for dogs is because cat food usually has too much nutrition for a dog. So what's going to end up happening is your dog will consume way too much protein, much more than their body requires, and protein cannot be stored. So what your dog's body has to do is eliminate all this protein. Now this task falls upon the kidneys. So if your dog repeatedly eats a lot of cat food, which is really high in protein, it puts a lot of strain on their kidneys. So in the long term, this might be detrimental for your dog's health. Similarly, cat food is usually higher in fats when compared to dog food as well, and the same sequence will happen, only this time fat can actually be stored by your dog's body, so you might end up with an overweight or obese dog if they're fed cat food for too long. Now, interestingly, in some parts of the world, there are some veterinarians who occasionally prescribe cat food on a short-term basis for puppies or dogs that are very emaciated, very ill, and in recovery, and these are animals that need to pack on weight. So this sort of highlights the importance of how, nutrient-dense cat food is when compared to dog food, and how it can be used in certain circumstances when dogs are really emaciated. However, in other parts of the world, this is not really practiced, and dogs that are emaciated or very thin have their own clinically formulated diets, which work just fine for them as well. So thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. We hope you learned something. We hope you figure out why dog food is bad for cats on a long-term basis and why cat food is bad for dogs as well on a long-term basis. Remember, although these are two very popular pets and we love our fur kids, that their nutritional needs are indeed quite different from each other. And if you do have any questions about your cat or your dog's nutrition, you should always refer to a feline or canine nutritionist or your veterinarian. Until the next one, guys, please keep it here at Excited Cats. We can't wait to see you again. As always, leave us a comment, leave us a like, and hit that subscribe button. Bye, guys.